Hello! My name is Callista, and welcome back to Mass Effect 3, Legendary Edition. In the last episode, we were told to head back to the Citadel to deal with Councilor Udina. Apparently, he's been moving large amounts of money around, and he's been trying to be sneaky about it, which is... It is odd. We're in the middle of a galactic war. Why are you moving money around, Udina? Why are you doing that? Now, I could go and do that, or I could talk to my crew. I'm just saying, the Salarian Councilor was the one who told us to go, and we don't like him. We don't like him at all, so he can wait. And again, no one is in here. Oh, and Charquas has moved back to the med bay. It's gonna be so weird. It's gonna be so weird not having Morden in the med bay. His death was so beautiful. And, you know, like I said, I shed a few tears during that scene, but to be brutally honest, I think that's how Morden would have wanted to go. I can't see him being happy, you know, dying of old age in a bed. I think, you know, he went out saving people.
Any sign of life?
The Reaper destroyed by the Thresher Maw appears to be completely inert, Doctor. We would need to send in teams to be sure.
Out of the question. Tell the Krogan to stay away.
Just to finish off my previous thought, I think Morden, I think he would be happy with the death he got, and I think we can take some peace in that. I can't believe that Calros took out a Reaper. I don't like Thresher Maws. Naomi has trauma with them, and me personally, I don't like the fact that they'd pop out of the dirt and scare me whilst I was wandering around in the Mako. Like, I don't like Thresher Maws. But Calros took out a Reaper, and that is to be respected. I don't know how to feel about that. Intel from Battle of Arcturus. Telemetry captured from Arcturus Station shows just how quickly Reapers poured in from the relay and tore through Alliance fleets. VIs can analyze hostile fire in the data collected to increase weapon damage. They can also spend processing power looking for ways to improve shielding against Reaper weapons. Ooh. Naomi is tanky. Naomi knows how to take a hit. I think that the shield strength bonus makes more sense for her. Okay, lovely. And Liara.
The genophage cured. The Krogan have no reason to hold back now, do they? Rex knows what he's doing, but can he keep the Krogan in check? Or will this be the start of another Krogan empire?
To be completely honest, I could see Rex caving. I could see Rex caving against the pressures of all the other clans, but I can't see Eve caving. Eve really does have a will of iron. Eve, like, I can just see in my head, you know, Rex, you know, is buckling. Oh, maybe we should restart the old empire. Maybe we should, you know, Eve saying, what? No, what have the other clans been saying? Fuck them. They don't know what they're talking about. They're being dumb. Let's not be dumb. You go and show them that, you know, you're the one in charge here. I think as long as Rex is sharing power with Eve, I don't think we'll have anything to worry about. I think Eve, not only does she have a will of iron, she's also incredibly wise. Incredibly wise. And I can't see her allowing her people to make the mistakes that they did in the past. I just can't see her allowing that.
Eve's organizing the female Krogan. She reminds me of some of the more formidable matriarchs I've known.
Damn straight she does.
The Krogan won't let themselves fall by the wayside again. Not like they did after the rebellions. We'll have to get used to them having a bigger part in the galaxy.
They should have had a bigger part in the galaxy. Again, I'm not saying that the Krogan were innocent angels, that they did nothing and that they were punished unjustly. Like, no, the Krogans kicked the galaxy's ass. The Krogans were winning. The Krogans killed so many people in the Krogan rebellions, and they should have been punished. They absolutely should have been punished. But the genophage is torture. That's not punishment, it's torture. It's cruel and unusual, and it is not just forced stillbirths for 1,000 years. That's not right. That's not right. The Krogan absolutely should have been punished, but not like that, and for not nearly as long. The Krogan should have had a bigger part in galactic politics. I don't blame Liara for this. I don't blame Liara, but it hurts what she said. Oh, we'll have to get used to the Krogan having a part in galactic politics. They should have. They should have had a part in galactic politics, and they were pushed out. And again, that's not Liara's fault, but it hurts.
I hope the Krogan live up to their ancient legacy, and for the better. Good to see you again, Shepard.
Good to see you too, Liara. Anything else?
Good to see you again, Shepard.
Okay, good stuff. Ooh, mass relay traffic reports. Increase/decrease in recent relay traffic. Widow, 95% increase. Omega 2, 65% increase. Tassal, 32% increase. Signhand, 43% decrease. Pelion, 12% decrease. Charon, unavailable. Shang-Chi Theta, unavailable. Ooh. Here's the thing with the...
Enjoy your day.
Okay, enjoy your day too, Glyph. With the increases, I can't tell if that's people entering the system or fleeing from it, but still, that's, you know, I think it's a good idea to keep an eye on those statistics, see where everyone's, you know, moving between. Now then, Chakwas. Chakwas, how do you feel about getting your medbay back?
No crew health issues to report.
Okay, good stuff. Whoa, oh. Edie, why are you just stood in the middle of the room? Edie, that's weird. I remembered that Edie had gone walkabout, but I just... Again, like, who expects someone to be stood in the middle of a room?
What are you up to now?
I'm uploading data on the destroyed Reaper to the Turians. They are investigating possible Reaper structural weakness. Our data says Reaper capital ships such as Sovereign are of unique design. However, smaller Reaper destroyers bear similarities.
That one was small?
Relatively, yes. Ground attack ships are only 160 meters in height. Sovereign was approximately 2 kilometers.
Well, keep talking to the Turians. If there's a chink in the Reaper's armor, we all need to know it.
That we do.
Hello, Shepard.
Okay, hello, Edie.
Hello, Shepard.
Hello, I'll leave you be. Again, just creepily stood in the center of a room. Okay, and now down to engineering. Now, I'm sure Alice will have something to say on the genophage.
Genophage cure, huh? This beats the hell out of reporting on the Milgram City Council.
I don't think I've heard of Milgram. Which planet is that again?
Beckenstein. It's right next door to the Citadel. I'm a colony kid.
Okay. Okay, interesting.
Commander, got a minute?
What do you want to know?
You've just implemented a cure for the genophage. Millions of Krogan will start fighting the Reapers. What do you say to people who think humanity is starting another Rachni War and Krogan rebellions?
Okay, so finally Alice is doing something. Yeah, this is a chance for Krogan redemption. The Krogan, again, they should have been punished, but not like how they were. This is the opportunity for the Krogan to show the galaxy, this is what we can do. We're not mindless mercenaries. We're not thugs hiding down street corners. This is what we are capable of. We are helping to defend us all. Like, this is a chance for the Krogan... The Krogan to take back their place in the galaxy, almost.
It's easy to remember the worst of Krogan history, but you also need to remember the best.
Meaning?
The Krogan were heroes once, and they want to be heroes again. We're giving them that chance.
Are you aware that Clan Erdnot is already petitioning the Council for an embassy and rights to a colony world?
Well, I mean, the Krogan are a council species, aren't they? They're a council race. Shouldn't they already have an embassy? I mean, I know that they shut the embassy down after the well, it was at the start of the Krogan rebellions. The Krogan stormed off saying like, oh, if you want your planets back, fucking try taking them. But I'm pretty sure that the Krogan are still a council species. They should have an embassy. That's their right. And, you know, the colony worlds, I mean, we're not involved in negotiations. We're not involved in all of this. Just like, oh, this interview is over. Like, no. Like, hey, if they want to negotiate stuff, like, they can. We're not their negotiator, though.
The Krogan are coming to the aid of a council homeworld. That's more than a lot of species can say. I helped them get the genophage cure. Anything more is between the council and the Krogan.
There it is, straight from Commander Shepard. Until tomorrow, this is Diana Allers. Good night and stay strong. Okay, I'll cut that together with the rest of the segment and send it to Command for approval.
Okie doke.
Commander.
Alright, Allers. Thank you for doing something, finally. Like I said, I have nothing against her. I'm just a bit confused as to why she's here.
Have you seen the new poker table up in the lounge? It's going to waste.
Well, I was thinking of inviting Sony a trainer up for a wee game of strip poker.
Right. You're not going to invite that reporter Allers, too?
Nah, she'd bring cameras and record the whole thing.
And if you lose, you don't want the whole galaxy knowing how little you bring to the table.
Damn, girl. My bankroll is just fine.
She wasn't talking about your bankroll, Donnelly. She wasn't talking about that. At least Joker has some actually funny lines. At least for however kind of... Like I find Joker to be pretty meh. I know that he's a very well-loved character, but personally, he just doesn't speak to me. I think we have two very different personalities. Joker, like, despite the fact that I find him a relatively meh character, he does have some funny lines. He does have some lines where I'm like, okay, that is actually genuinely funny. Good job, Joker. Donnelly, Donnelly, why would Liara or Trainer, especially Trainer, want to see you naked? Why would Trainer, Trainer is the big gay, she is a very obvious lesbian. Here's the thing though, that's one of the, you know, the ultimate male fantasies. Two lesbians invite you for a threesome. Like, that's never gonna happen. Like, that is... Literally, if two lesbians invite you to a threesome, what they're probably gonna do is just like, okay, take your clothes off. Ah ha ha ha! Your penis, ha ha ha! That is amusing. Like that's probably the only reason why you're there. They have some sort of fetish for like shaming men about their dicks. Like that's the only reason why two lesbians would invite a guy to their threesome. Donnelly, please. God damn.
Commander.
Every time I come into here,
Commander.
You're just lusting after women who don't want you lusting after them.
All propulsion systems are running optimal.
Again, Gabby, you can do better. You can do better. We will help you find better friends. Please, just give me the go-ahead. Give me the go-ahead. Please, let me help you out. I'll find you actually funny friends. How would you like to hang out with Joker? How would you like to hang out with Joker? As I said, at least Joker isn't slobbering over every woman on board. At least Joker has some decorum. Like, please, let me set you up with Joker, please. Just, you can do so much better than Donnelly. Damn.
Commander.
You settling in, Javik?
I believe some of the crew wishes to be my friend. That is not my purpose here. Also, I find I need to wash my hands. The residue of the ship is strong.
How so?
I have been exploring. There are traces of those who lived on the Normandy before. I detected a human female. Her genetic structure was unnatural, as if artificially created.
Sounds like Miranda.
And a Drell. There was illness in him.
Thane.
And a Krogan who lived in these quarters. He was undergoing a metamorphosis. His memories were confused, not organic to his mind. There was great confusion and turmoil.
I still can't wrap my head around that. Reading information like you do.
For my people, it was as natural as breathing.
Evolution's an amazing force.
Our scientists believed it was the only force in the galaxy that mattered. They called it the cosmic imperative. The strong flourished, the weak perished. The governments of your cycle seem concerned with ensuring the survival of all.
Tell me about the cosmic imperative, but I have issues. Let's put it like that. I have issues with what you said, sir. Tell me about this thing first, and then I'll disagree with you.
Was this imperative just your scientist's opinion, or did they prove something we don't know?
The universe had already proven it. They only had to look around.
And saw what, exactly?
Extinction is the rule of law in the cosmos. The natural order of things. The weakest species are doomed.
Here's my issue. Here's my issue with that. What do you define as weak? Because I think the vast majority of people, and I would include Javik in that. I know Javik is a fictional character, but I think that a lot of people would identify weakness as like, oh, you can't do what I can do. And that is an extremely ableist way of looking at things. Like, oh, if you can't do this, if you can't do something as simple as walking, then you're weak. And the game provides us with an example of a character who is, quote unquote weak, yet is the best in their field. Joker, he has brittle bone disease. He can't walk unaided. Yet look at him. He's the best pilot. There we go. It's like flyer. No, there's a word for that. Pilot. He is the best pilot in the Alliance fleet. Like, just because someone has different capabilities from you, just because they can't do something as simple as walking, that doesn't mean they're worthless. As someone with I have an adult learning disability, and so many teachers in school determined that because I had a learning disability, oh, that means she's retarded. That means she's a retard, she's stupid, she can't do what other students can do. And yes, I'm a slow learner. I fully admit that I'm a slow learner, and to be honest, I don't think I'm particularly intelligent. I don't think I'm stupid. I'm not stupid, I know that damn well, but I don't think I'm particularly intelligent. I have a very average IQ, I would assume. But just because I might struggle to learn something, again, that doesn't mean I'm completely useless. I think admittedly, I'm not so good in a war setting. I think I'm decently creative. I think I'm somewhat perceptive. I have strengths that I know damn well. I know damn well there are people out there who are far less perceptive than me. I know that. But again, it's, some people would say, oh, well, you have a learning disability, therefore you're worthless. You're worthless. I'm not going to pay any attention to your strengths. All I'm going to pay attention to is what you can't do. I'm not going to pay attention to Joker's strengths, the fact that he's the best pilot in the Alliance. I'm just going to focus on the fact that, he can't walk. unaided. If he falls, oh, that's all his limbs broken. Like, let's focus on that rather than what he can actually do. This idea that, like, oh, weak species are doomed because they couldn't fight us off. Well, yeah, okay, they couldn't fight you off, but maybe they could do all of these other amazing things. Maybe they were phenomenal artists or scientists. Those things are worthwhile. They should be valued. They are skills that should be nurtured. But no, let's just focus on what they can't do. Let's just focus on what they can't do and wipe them all out. Again, just because someone isn't physically strong, just because someone is a bit differently abled, doesn't mean that they're completely useless and not worth your time of day.
It's the duty of the strong to protect the weak. Otherwise we'd have anarchy.
But those who had nothing to offer would be eliminated.
So conflict should be a way of life.
Evolution demands it. The strong grow stronger by dominating the weak. It is for the greater good of all. Though I do not think your Asari approves of my beliefs.
Liara? I think she just had a different idea about what Protheans were like.
We are all a product of our time. Had I been born in this cycle, perhaps I would be the noble scholar she wishes me to be.
The strong get stronger by dominating the weak. The only reason Naomi is where she is now is because she had someone looking out for her. That's literally it. But for Skylar, looking out for her and saying, hey, this person is shady, don't work for them. Oh, this person sells bad drugs, don't buy stuff from them. Oh, this person, they're honest, yeah, work for them, they're good. Like, without Skylar showing her the ropes of the gang, Naomi probably would have been taken advantage of and probably would have been, killed. She didn't get to where she is by dominating the weak. She got to where she is because someone with know-how nurtured her, looked out for her, cared for her. I don't think that Naomi would agree with that. I don't think that Naomi would agree with that at all. This actually, Naomi would agree with. Had I been born in this cycle, perhaps I would be the noble scholar she wishes me to be. We are all products of our environment. Naomi is who she is because she grew up in shitty conditions. When she was 10 years old, she was like, I need to get money for food. I need to get money so that, maybe I can help my mum out with the rent, with the heating, with this, that, and the other. Again, 10-year-old child. If she had grown up in a nice middle-class family where she could have just focused on being a kid, she probably wouldn't be a soldier. She'd probably have grown up to be like, I don't fucking know, an accountant or something. Probably not an accountant, but like, I don't know, maybe again, she's always been tanky. Maybe she would have gone into sports. Maybe she would have been a professional soccer player, or maybe she would have become a gym teacher in a school. Like, she would probably have a perfectly ordinary, normal career if she had grown up in a middle-class environment, but she didn't. She grew up extremely poor, and that has shaped her into the person she is today. She joined the military because that was her one chance of getting out of poverty. This idea that, like, we're all a product of our time, of our environments, I think she would 100% agree with that, but we don't have that option. I guess it's just the idea of, like, Javik, a scholar, really?
You think you'd like that? It's a whole different line of work.
I wouldn't know. Living a life of constant war. Taking life in every battle.
I see how it could be tough to see outside the box.
It is the only box I have known. It shapes me. As stone is shaped by the one who carves it, the stone has no choice in the form it will take. You and I, Commander. War is our sculptor. and we are prisoners to its design.
Maybe not much longer. We win this and we'll both be set free.
Javik has such a difficult time seeing other alternatives. Although I think, here's the thing, Naomi grew up in the slums, but there were nice areas of Earth. There were cities where, like, oh, look at these people living, you know, middle-class existences. Naomi can see, like, oh, well, if I had been born over there to loving parents, then yeah, I see all of these other opportunities that would have been open to me. Javik was born during war. That was the only existence he knew. He did not know of his people in peacetime. Or at least he never lived it personally. Obviously, he has some knowledge of, like, oh yeah, we were kind of tyrants and this, that, and t'other. All were Prothean because we say so. You know, he knows about that, but he never lived it. He never saw it firsthand. These are all stories that he's been told. So this idea of, like, oh, well, I could have been this under these circumstances and I could have been that under those circumstances, I get why he'd have trouble, you know, figuring that out. All he's ever known is war. He has known no other alternatives compared to Naomi, who could see, like, oh, if only I'd been born over there, goddamn.
If the Krogan seek retribution for the past, do not waste time on sterility plagues. Destroy them where they stand.
Plenty more.
In the meantime, yes, a difficult fight remains. Morality and friendship do not matter now. Your allies are simply resources to use against the Reapers.
This always seems to happen when I talk to Javik, and only Javik. I'm not entirely sure what it is, but I think it's that two conversations trigger, and then they start playing over each other? That's weird.
Do not care what others think. Do what you must.
It's weird, because it only ever happens with Javik. Never anyone else.
Do not care what others think.
Okay.
Do what you must.
Okay, Javik, you do you, buddy. You do you. And now to the shuttle bay to tell Sophie that she is a good girl. Hello. Aha!
Can't believe Cerberus would open fire on civilians like that. As twisted and insane as his logic might be, I thought the elusive man was trying to save humanity. I guess he's willing to sacrifice anyone to win.
Oh, Cerberus firing on civilians? Absolutely to be expected. They're terrorist bastards. You know, that's what they do. And the elusive... No, he was never trying to save humanity. He was never trying to save humanity. We're gonna kill him. We're gonna kill him.
Ma'am?
If we don't kill him, I will cry. Naomi will cry. There will be many, many angry tears.
You think that cure they dispersed could do anything to us? We're not going to start growing scales or anything, right?
I mean, I don't think so. I'm sure Mordin would have mentioned if there were side effects to humans.
Maybe now that we have the Krogan on board, we can go back to fighting the Reapers.
Oh, we should be able to.
I was looking at the specs on that Reaper you took out on Tuchanka. That was one of the small ones? Don't get me wrong, it's still dead, but damn. There was nothing small about it.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know how we're gonna be able to take on one of the big boys. Especially if we don't have a giant Thresher Maw with us.
Hey.
Hey, James. Okay, and where is Sophie? There is Sophie. Hello there. Hello, come over here. Yes, hello, good girl.
Stay.
Yes, good papa. Good papa. Lovely. And now let's head out. I'm almost out of time for this episode. So, oh, hello. Oh, the Cerberus base. Yeah, I remember. I remember Trainer mentioned that. I want to say this is where Grissom Academy was. Is that new? I don't remember this being there. I think that's opened up. That was where the Rachni were. Yeah, that's the Citadel. I think this is also new, the Atheon cluster. So I think we've got a couple of places that opened up. I'm inclined to let them wait. The Salarian Councilor's been a bit of a dick. Let's make him wait. And you know what? I've only got about a minute left on my timer, so I'm going to end off right here. Let's read some codex entries. Excuse me.
Thresher maws are subterranean carnivores that spend their entire lives eating or searching for something to eat. Threshers reproduce via spores that can lie dormant for millennia, yet are robust enough to survive prolonged periods in deep space and atmospheric re-entry. As a result, thresher spores appear on many worlds, spread by previous generations of space travelers. The body of a thresher never entirely leaves the ground. Only the head and tentacles erupt from the earth to attack. In addition to physical attacks, threshers have the ability to project toxic chemicals and emit bursts of infrasound as a shockwave weapon. The Alliance first encountered threshers on the colony of Akuz in 2177. After contact was lost with the Pioneer team, Marine units were deployed to investigate. The shore parties were set upon by hungry threshers, and nearly the entire assault force was killed. Alliance forces recommend engaging threshers with vehicle-mounted heavy weapons.
I'm telling you, Naomi must have looked insane. Naomi must have looked insane. When the rescue team came, oh, where's everyone else? Where's everyone else? Oh, they're dead. They're dead. What happened? Oh, this big fuck-off monster came out from under the ground. Oh, yeah, sure it did. Sure it did. This soldier has PTSD. And then, maybe the Thresher Maw goes by in the distance. They're oh, shit, it's real. What the fuck? Oh, God. Hot damn.
The Reaper... Before the introduction of the M560 Hydra, missile launchers either focused on bringing down a single armored target or simultaneously neutralizing multiple unarmored opponents. With the Hydra, a soldier no longer needs to choose between the two. The Hydra releases a barrage of miniature missiles, each guided by an independent homing system that seeks out exposed enemies. On impact, 3 shaped charges per missile explode in sequence. The first overloads the target's kinetic barriers before the second destroys its armor, clearing a path for the third warhead to detonate inside the target.
Lovely. And where were we up to? Okay, Mercenaries, the Blood Pack. Originally a small Terminus Systems Vulture gang, the Blood Pack was transformed into a legion by visionary Krogan battlemaster Ganar Rang. Exiled for striking a female in anger, Rang obsessed over reclaiming his lost status. Leading the Vulture Pack as a pirate crew, Rang cultivated recruits and infamy for a decade before incorporating his fighters as a security company across the Skyllian Verge. His notoriety ensured his initial public offering for investors made him rich beyond most Krogan's dreams. Rang returned triumphantly to his clan, rallying elders, Krogan hordes, and their firepower and biotic support toward professional violence in the Terminus systems. Banned from Citadel space, the Blood Pack bribes its way through spaceports into armed conflicts across the galaxy. Priding themselves for accepting otherwise untouchable contracts, the Blood Pack rejects bodyguarding and security in favor of cases requiring minimal oversight and maximal violence. Flippin' heck. I love that. Maximal violence. That's the band I'm creating. That's my band name. Alrighty then, in the next episode, we return to Novaria. But until then, please remember to like if you enjoyed, leave a comment below, And if you wanted to subscribe, it would be very much appreciated. I've been Callista. Thanks for watching and see you in the next episode.